Hey everybody, Brett Hurst with 2 Minute Drill. I'm back here with Trevor Harris, my old buddy.
I'm glad we wore the same outfit again today. Yeah, it feels like just like 5 minutes ago
from a previous
that we were
shoot.
filming before, yeah.
All right, well, so scripture reading. I know how much it means to you as it does to me. Talk honestly about that and just how it affects your life.
No, for sure. When I think about scripture reading, I think about a war. Like there's a lot of battles of wins and losses, and some of them have taken longer than others. And I think, frankly, I've lost more than I've won. But
you mean just the time invested
the
that
putting
it's hard
into
to do.
Yeah, like deciding that this is something I'm going to value, and it doesn't have to be at the start of the day. It could be at the end, and I've toyed around with that, and then eventually my either apathy or lack of discipline sometimes just kind of wins out. But it's a battle I keep coming back to.
Well, it's not an accident that we get distracted from the necessity of doing it.
Yeah,
and I feel like it is our food. But so there's a reason why I think the enemy really goes after us in keeping us from it.
Yeah, and I recently was talking to someone who meditates in the morning, and it made me start thinking about scripture and what does that mean for me. And so you talk about the devil or the enemy's seat or snatching away from us, and it made me start thinking about something he said, where he goes, when I meditate in the morning, I feel like I'm untensing. And I'm sure that's a word. But it made me start thinking about when I'm reading scripture, I feel like I get to untense, and I feel like some of the things that are welted up in me kind of drop out, or I can see them with a sober mind because I'm not fixated on what do I need to do today and what's going on, and it's more so about, man, am I actually turning things over? Am I focusing on what I thought I was going to be focusing on in this hour? And as a result, I can kind of lose sight of Trevor and put more sight on God.
So what if you're reading an obscure passage in the Old Testament and it's not necessarily applying to your life on this given day? Is it still beneficial for you?
It's beneficial in a couple of different ways, and sometimes I think it's more about the discipline of it. Like a passage that's been on my mind a lot recently is 2 Samuel 22, and he talks about the shelter in a storm. And a fortress, and also how he's not necessarily relying in it. When I heard and read that scripture, it meant absolutely nothing to me in the moment. And recently it's made me have to kind of start thinking about, how is my fortress built? Who built it? Who am I running to? Is it a fortress I built? And so the fruits that we get to sow today might not be the ones that benefit us the most. We can work on the wording there. But it's something where you can take the benefit of it later on, even if you don't feel it in that day.
So it's not how many check marks you get to put by your scripture reading log. It's just the ongoing long-term investment.
As you say that, I have a half check-marked page of my Bible in a year that I kind of left off. And so I sometimes read for the check marks as opposed to actually reading and taking joy in it, So absolutely.
Yeah, that's the key. And if it really is our food, you and I love food so much. We've eaten at every major barbecue place in Houston. So we want to approach scripture the same way and really, like you just said, appreciate the joy of being in that food.
Yeah, I think if we get too fixated on the task-driven, have I done this, we can lose sight of that enjoying the goodness of scripture. I always think about back in the old days, where people would have honey, and they would have it on their finger, so that when they licked their finger to turn the page, there'd be the sweetness associated with that text. How often do I take that approach as opposed to I need to read today, and
the burden.
Yeah, let's taste the honey.
That's good. Rich stuff. That was good conversation. Well, that's all we have for 2 Minute Drill today. We hope you'll be with us next time. See you later.